Alright my fellow agents, welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and since the start of Year 7 Season 3 a few days back, I've been receiving messages here at the channel asking me to put together a few different builds based around the HeartBreaker gear set and the new brand set unit alloys. So as we roll into the weekend, I'd like to take a few moments and highlight two of the many different ways you can roll with this combination, and as I said previously, this is one of the best brand sets we have seen in the game in a very long time, so for me it's going to be a staple of many builds I put together. Now, as always, we're going to jump right into the details, and if you happen to enjoy this, do me a favor and hit that like button. It truly helps the channel out, and if you want to stay up to speed on all things Division, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button as well. Now, as far as the specialization is concerned, for both versions of the build you're about to see, we are using Technician, and there are two main reasons for that. First of all, it gives you access to the linked laser pointer, and you can equip that to any long-barreled weapon, and that is going to automatically pulse every single enemy you target, and that comes into play with the talent on our weapon in our gear set. Now, the other benefit of this specialization is that it also gives you access to the Artificer hive, and that is going to increase your shield efficiency and duration. And for those of you out there who have no idea how this thing works, I promise to give you a breakdown when we get to the gameplay footage. Last but not least, I want to pass along the friendly reminder that you have to have the rifle activated in your weapon skill tree to have access to that linked laser pointer. Then the other two weapons are going to be your primary and secondary. As far as your primary is concerned, you have so many different options, right? I mean, you're going to see one version of this build with the Lexington, another great option is the Kingbreaker. And when we compare these weapons side by side, you're going to notice a few major differences. Now, when we look at the Lexington, you can see its RPM is 935, total damage is 119.46. As far as the Kingbreaker is concerned, the RPM is much lower, the base damage is higher, but remember the Kingbreaker has the talent Perfect Flatline, which is going to amplify weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. Remember, with the linked laser pointer, that is every single enemy you target. Whereas the Lexington can only have the regular talent Flatline attached to it, which is going to amplify weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. So always remember, my friends, this is just a template. The most important thing is to take your time, make a build your own, and see which one you enjoy using more. Now, as far as the secondary is concerned, everyone, in my opinion, should be using the Stack Broker. This was granted out to players about a week ago, week and a half, something like that. Now, the reason we're using this is because it has a much faster RPM, and that is going to help you build those stacks for HeartBreaker at a much faster rate. And as far as the sidearm is concerned, you can see I'm using the Quick Step because it has the Talent Sport mode, which is going to increase my movement speed by 20% anytime I'm holding this weapon. And that's one of the reasons you're seeing agents being able to rip around the map as quickly as they are. It's because of that talent. So hopefully during the last event, you were able to pick one up. Now, making our way to the gear itself, you can see we're running 3 HeartBreaker, 2 of the new unit alloys brand set, as well as the Ninja Bike backpack. Now, most of you know exactly how this thing works, but if you don't, you can see it has the talent Resourceful. Slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set's bonus. Now, that simply means, despite only having 3 pieces of the HeartBreaker gear set equipped, we do get the 4-piece bonus. You can see 2 pieces 15% assault rifle and LMG damage, 3 pieces 15% weapon handling, and 4 pieces Heartstopper. Headshots are going to apply pulse for 5 seconds, but remember, because we have that linked laser pointer equipped, that is going to pulse every single enemy we target, and I'll circle back to that topic at the end of the build breakdown. Continuing on, you can see weapon hits on pulsed enemies adds a stack of 1% bonus armor and 1.1% weapon damage up to a max of 50 stacks. Moving on to the body armor, it's the first of 2 pieces of the unit alloys brand set, but once again, because of the Ninja Bike, we do get all of the brand set bonuses. They are 5% rate of fire, 20% assault rifle damage, and 50% magazine size. You will also notice I'm using the named body armor, the Equalizer, because it has the talent Perfect Obliterate. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 24 times. Next, we have the holster, second piece of unit alloys. This is the named holster, the Salvo. And we are using this for that middle attribute, 5% rate of fire. So just by equipping this holster by itself, you're getting an extra 10% rate of fire, which you're really going to notice when you're actually using different weapons in the game. As far as the knee pads and the gloves are concerned, final 2 pieces of the HeartBreaker gear set. You'll notice I'm stacking crit hit chance and crit hit damage everywhere I can. Now, as promised, at this point I want to show you another variation really quick. What I'm going to do is the following. We are going to put on a piece of HeartBreaker for the backpack. We're going to switch the knee pads to a second piece of the unit alloys. And we're going to change the body armor to a piece of HeartBreaker, as you can see. Now, the reason we're making this change is because when we have the HeartBreaker body armor equipped, we have access to the talent max BPM, and that is going to increase max stacks for Heartstopper from 50 to 100. As I said a moment ago, our holster and the knee pads are going to be the 2 pieces of the Unit Alloys brand set. And finally, when we make our way to the backpack, once again, because we are wearing a HeartBreaker bag, we're going to have access to the Talon Cold, and that increases the bonus armor gain per stack of Heartstopper from 1% to 2%. And for the record, in the gameplay footage you are about to see, I'm going to use the following build. We are going to have the Kingbreaker as the primary, Stackbroker as the secondary. We're going to have this exact layout you're looking at right now, 4 pieces of the HeartBreaker gear set. We have the Unit Alloys holster, Unit Alloys knee pads. As far as my skills are concerned, I'm using the Crusader Shield and the Artificer Hive. Last but not least, I want to mention the fact that in the gameplay footage you're about to see, I will not have any global modifiers active whatsoever. That's for a few different reasons. First of all, I'm still in the process of unlocking everything, and secondly, I want to ensure that whenever you see this build, you know exactly what it can do without any special events going on. Hope this helped you out, my friends, and as always, questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. On that note, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay footage and a few final thoughts. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible continued support. Please let me know of any other questions you have I did not address. Thank you once again for the privilege of your time, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. Hello once again, my fellow agents. I hope everyone is having a good weekend so far, wherever you are in the world watching this. I hope you're healthy, safe, all that good shit. Let's think. What else we got? What do you got going on this weekend? Gotta go to Costco this morning. So we're about to rip out the door. Anyway, as far as the Artificer Hive is concerned, as a solo player, if you have this holstered, you're going to get its benefits. If you're in a group, you put it on the ground. Your teammate will get the benefits as long as they're in the radius of the hive itself. So, as promised, there is your quick breakdown. Want to know your thoughts on the companions. I know that they're working on a few different fixes for them. Would love to hear what you think of the entire thing so far. And we'll go from there, my friends. That's all I got for this video. I'm sure some of you are noticing the gear I have equipped right now in the game. We are going to see that introduced into the game on Tuesday the 9th. I promise to give you all the information as far as how to get the backpack, how to get the sweatshirt, the beanie, the patch, all that good stuff. I will have that information for you ASAP. And again, I cannot thank you enough for your support over these years. It's so humbling. It's incredible. Just to be a part of this franchise in any way, shape, or form, I have you to thank for it. So, before I get too emotional and have a breakdown, I'm going to end the video right now. Well, not the entire video, just my talking. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Thank you once again for everything, and I will see you in the next one.
Agent, I need you to kill those cleaners.
Agent, hostiles are moving into Brooklyn Heights.
We'll bury our dead and move the supplies you recovered back to the bridge. We'll find Danvers and make him pay for this.